This is the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by H-E-B.
Welcome to the Alamo Dome on All-Star Saturday here inside the Alamo Dome. What a great day for football, the All-American Bowl, and now the 45th annual San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by H-E-B. Good afternoon, everybody. Don Harris and Chuck McIntyre with you live from the Alamo Dome. And Chuck, this is one of the great traditions in all of San Antonio. For 45 years, San Antonio's best seniors have been suiting it up in the spring for one more game, one last chance to maybe get a college scholarship, catch the eyes of the scouts. It all started with George Pasterchik back in the day, and it's gotten bigger and better under the guidance of San Antonio Sports.
It certainly has, Don. I mean, heck, we're in the Dome. It's on TV. What a great place to be this afternoon. We got 120 of the area's finest representing over 60 schools. And you said it. I mean, you know, most All-Star games are fun. This one for sure will be, but there's some juice. There are a lot of guys that are playing for jobs next year, and all we have to do is look back a couple of years ago with Max DiDomenico.
Yep.
Came out here, balled out, now he's playing Division I football.
We've seen a few that have gone on to the NFL, and you're going to see some of the best that you know about and you've seen for a few years here in San Antonio, including quarterback Ashton DeVos for Brennan. All he did in his career was throw for 9,300 yards. Nobody in the history of the South Texas area has done that. Not Ty Detmer, who won a Heisman Trophy, not Johnny Manziel, who won a Heisman Trophy. DeVos shattering all the passing records in San Antonio, and he's going to have a few guys on the offense that are going to help him, including TJ Andrews, Chuck, who we saw at Taft High School, who's been fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, this young man can literally do it all. A man-sized running back who's had quite the career at Taft, and he is going to be going to Army to play football at the next level. You talk to him, you can tell he's mature, as he is a fantastic football player. And then for Team Black on the defensive end, they're going to have some hosses there too, including this guy, Michael Pinones, the pride of East Central. And we're going to see this a lot too. We've got multi-sport guys that are in this game tonight. This guy might be the best of the best. He's headed to the University of Texas to shot some putting.
Yeah, a silver medalist at the 6A state meet. He is a big man up there up front. 4-team gold, Shaston gold, and I don't know all season if we called more longer highlight runs than Shaston gold. He turned in 75, 85-yard touchdown runs week after week for Davenport. He'll be toting the rock for Team Gold. And Chuck, one of the guys that's really caught the coach's eye this week is Red Anderson, the receiver from Alamo Heights.
Yeah, he's caught our eyes for many, many years. I mean, this dude, an all-stater, got a couple of academy offers this week. This guy might be the most unsung guy outside of our area in this ball game today. This dude, if it's in his radius, it will be caught, guaranteed. And then on the defensive side for Team Gold, quite a number of studs too, including Makai Williams, the pride of Steele High School. Seems like this is another guy that we've called his name year in, year out, a playmaker all over the field, and going to add to what Tulane had already built on this year. What a football player Makai Williams has turned out to be.
Plenty of D1 offers, and he's going to the Green Wave. When we come back, we will meet the coaches. It's the 45th annual San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by H-E-B, and it continues next.
The 2023 San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game is presented by H-E-B and sponsored by the U.S. Army, Whataburger, Frost, Methodist Healthcare, and Sierra Auto Group, Thomas J. Henry, Valero, the PM Group, Navy Federal Credit Union, Academy Sports and Outdoors, Powerade, Crisis, Taco Cabana, The Gomez Law Firm, Vulcan Materials Company, Central Med, Cowboys AC, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, Christus Santa Rosa Sports Medicine, Red McCombs Toyota, Air and Plumbing Today, Solve HR, Atlas Floors Carpet One, and San Antonio Metropolitan Health District.
Welcome back to the Alamo Dome. It's time to meet the coaches. And Chuck, we've got all-star players and we've got all-star coaches in this game, including that guy right there.
Yeah, Steve Baser, look, he grew out his cheese there during the break. Looking good, Coach Baser. You know, it's just a question every year, Don. We know they're going to win over at Brennan High School. It's a matter of how much are they going to win, to what degree are they going to win, and it was a fascinating matchup earlier this year between Baser and then that man, David Sines, and his steel ball club. Coach Sines got the better of him by 1 point. I know we were both hoping that these two chess masters would meet later on in the postseason. It didn't work out, but both schools had an amazing, amazing season, and we're lucky to have these two guys guiding the helms of these two squads today.
Two great programs, two great coaches, and we're going to have two great teams square off next. It's the 45th Annual San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB.
All-Star Football Game, presented by HEB.
What a great day for football in San Antonio. We had the All-American Bowl, which was a blowout. We're hoping to have a little closer match today here in the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game. Right now, you see the fans standing and taking off their hats. It's time for the national anthem. Let's turn it over to our public address announcer, Milton Hope.
Please welcome Air Force veteran and music industry major at the University of California, the presentation of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We are nearing kickoff here in the Alamo Dome. Welcome back for the 45th Annual San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB. This game has really taken off in the last 10 years or so under the direction of Russ Bookbinder and now Jenny Carnes in San Antonio sports. It's a long-time tradition in San Antonio. The great George Pasterchick kicked it off many, many years ago as a service to some of the young players in town who weren't getting looks, including last year's coach, Mark Soto from Judson, who played in this game back in the early 90s. He said it changed the direction of his life, and of course, hundreds of players who've come through San Antonio have been able to show their stuff in this game. And it's been great for San Antonio, and it's really exploded in the last decade or so.
I always like watching these teams warm up and, you know, kind of get a feel for what we might see here today and who are the alpha dogs, you know, amongst all these alpha dogs. And over here for Team Gold, Mackay, already the guy that called the entire team to midfield to get his team fired up from Steele High School, who we highlighted here at the top of the show. But both of these teams just replete with talent. And again, this is an all-star game, but there's still a lot to prove for some of these guys. So, you know, I remember last year was a really physical tussle, and I would expect we're going to see more of the same here today.
Cam Van Proyen from Churchill High School will do the kicking, and he will kick it to Team Black. Avron Carter back there. This is Jacob Gonzalez on the return, and he is drilled, and he's brought down by Team Gold.
Well, right on cue. That's a good way to start. Some thumping and some bumping early as we check out Team Black. About to take the field under the guise of Ashton DeBose, Don.
Oh, man, what an outstanding player. I mean, numerically, he's the greatest quarterback in the San Antonio history of high school football, statistically, and shattering all the records from Steve Dorman to Manziel and Ty Detmer and just about everybody. His twin brother, one of his receivers, Avron Carter as well. And he hands it off and goes forward for a few as we take a look at the starting lineups for Team Black. Barrett Edelman of Lavernia is a load up front. We've got some of the biggest guys you'll see in San Antonio playing on the offensive line as Carter rolls and fires and completes down the sideline. That's good for a first down as Isaiah Manchester from Harlan reels it in. That's a U.S. Army first down, and Team Black already to midfield. DeBose going again, fires to the outside. That's complete. And it's completed to the same guy, Isaiah Manchester, 2 for 2.
Yeah, interesting, right? You think that DeBose is going to go out and find some familiar faces out there, and goes out to Wagner's very own, Harlan's very own, Isaiah Manchester. Going with tempo here too, right? I mean, pretty amazing with just 5 days of practice. These guys are well-oiled machine here going right down the field.
Penalty on that one for an illegal substitution. Steve Bazer's staff will get the play call in. Going to have a lot of players, over 120, trying to keep track of all these guys who will get playing time today as Team Black hands off inside, and nice run and grinding for yardage all the way down to the 22-yard line is Carson Green out of Reagan High School. He had an outstanding career for the Rattlers. And taking a look at the Team Gold starting defense, Mackay Williams, the big name there, Division I recruit, headed to Tulane playing middle linebacker. It's another U.S. Army first down as DeBose looks to that familiar coaching staff. He fires again, up top, and that ball's caught incomplete. That ball was intended for Wakai Mateen out of Brennan, Wakil Mateen.
Yeah, Darion Brown doing a really good job staying after that play. And if the ball's over your head, at least run right through the player and try to break it up, which is exactly what he did.
Check that. That was Samuel Paget from East Central, the wide receiver. Got 2 number 11s on Team Black. They'll hand it off, and that ball's on the ground. Still loose. DeBose after it, and it looks like Team Gold has got it, and they do. Coming up with the recovery for Team Gold
I think it was Saxon Langenberg from Harlandale. But that ball was scooting around, wasn't it?
I think that's Gavin Woods.
I think you're right.
Out of Smithson Valley, the linebacker who had such an outstanding career. He's headed to play at the Naval Academy.
You're exactly right. I saw 84. I'll have to get on Gavin to help us out a little bit.
Pull your
that
shirt down, son. You got old guys in the booth trying to figure out who's who.
Yeah, you talk about a stud player. Gavin making a play early for his squad.
KK Brashear is the quarterback for Team Gold. We've seen him a lot from Stevens High School on TNL. And that's complete to Rhett Anderson, who we talked about in the open out of Alamo Heights.
There's our guy taking over here for Team Gold to start this thing.
A little trick play here. Brashear's running for his life, gets out of it, still running. Now he's gonna keep, and he's brought down at the 31. And feeling his oats right there for Team Black at linebacker is Jace Krusoff from Pleasanton.
KK doing a great job as we take a look at our Gold starting offense. Nothing but studs. Man, that was a great play by KK though, just to somehow turn that upfield.
Brashear's straight drop and is drilled. Team Black fired up. Is that 18?
I believe so.
If it is, it's Anthony Conway.
Man, it's fast and furious here to start the San Antonio Sports High School All-Star game. KK thinking he's got a lane to run, and no siree.
It's Keelan Elder on the tackle. That ball was tipped, partially blocked. Big fella, go get some. Team Black now in business.
We got us a football game early, Don Harris.
Big number 66 is fired up for Team Black. That's Jaden Orozco from McCullum, and Team Black will have it when we come back. There's big Jaden Orozco getting his chance to touch the football. So far, it's the defense is coming up big.
There's a lot of physicality already in this football game. I mean, nothing has come easy.
There's been some adds to the roster. Apologize for some of the player identification, trying to keep track of all these guys. DeBose with a little play action, a little bubble screen. Across the 35, where he's brought down at about the 36-yard line.
That's a really good play call right there, trying to beat the blitz.
It's his teammate Avron Carter from Brennan. He's 2nd and 3. DeBose again going to the air, got a man, caught, touchdown! That's DeBose to DeBose. That's his twin brother Aaron for the first score of the game. Chuck, we saw a lot of that over the course of the last 4 years at Brennan.
Well, it really just typifies what Brennan was able to do on that first drive, but then had the turnover, but it is right down the field twice for Brennan, and brothers hooking up, little familiarity, getting their squad on the board first, and a quick lead here for Steve Bazer's squad.
Daniel Ghana from East Central adds the extra point, and Team Black leads 7-0. Team Gold has it when we come back. Welcome back at 7-0. Team Black, Team Gold getting ready to receive the football. Matt Velasco from Reagan will kick it off deep. See Red Anderson from Alamo Heights back there. Ready to receive it. He's been so thrilling for his career. Lots of highlights from Red Anderson over the years.
Well, our statistician, Mark Kusenberger, says Velasco's the guy that kicks it into the end zone so much they play bingo to see what letter in the end zone he's going to hit week in and week out when he's doing games.
Velasco has some interest from Division I schools, and he puts it about 8 yards deep as we go down to Matt Roy for the first time today, who's standing by with a couple of guys who are pretty familiar with one another. Matt?
Yeah, Don, Chuck, nice to see you. Nice to see everyone here in the Alamo Bowl. And we got a couple of family members here. Nice connection in the first quarter here. I was asking them, they said it's not going to be an 18-9 game this year. Am I right?
Nah. We run up the score every chance we get.
Yeah. How nice is this for you guys to be playing the game, not only in the game, but with each other?
It feels good because, like, that's my brother. We be with each other every day, and we work out with each other, like, pretty much every day. So when we get on the field, it's like it's like a connection. We always have. It's always going to be there. So once we get on the field, it's like it's that dot, it's a dot, it's a dot, it's a dot. So it's like it don't change from off the field, you know.
Does he even have to give you signals like you just know it's a go or a slant or whatever?
Sometimes he'll give me like a look, and then he'll like do little signals that we got, and then I just know what to run.
Do you get mad that he's taller than you?
Nah, I don't, because hey, I'm my own person, so I gotta be myself.
Is it cool, like, every time you go down the field, you're like, all right, my brother's throwing, you know it's coming, right?
Yes, sir, most definitely. It's like, we've been playing with each other since we was 4 years old, so like everything just like natural.
Coming into the game, were you guys like, okay, it's the All-Star game, we got to ball out?
Yes, sir. Well, yeah, we had to ball out, but it's also we have to have fun. It's like that's what it's for, is to have fun.
All right, guys. Well, touchdowns are fun. You guys already did that. I appreciate both of you.
Yes, sir.
Send it back up to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. C.J. Irving from Veterans Memorial, now the quarterback for Team Gold, and he fires to the outside where it's complete, and then a nice tackle coming up, Team Black. That's Keelan Elder, late add to this game out of Brennan High School.
I'm sure making the most of his time on the field. I mean, these DBs on Team Black are really doing a good job closing.
Saw him, CJ, late in the season on TNL. Was a little nicked up in the game that we had, but Red Anderson is on the receiving end of that one, and that's good enough for another U.S. Army first down here as Team Gold starts to move it down the field. Irving wants to throw again. Nobody open, so he's running. Now he's got a guy. Nice adjustment on that route. Completed at the 20 and sliding down for the reception. I believe that is Darian Holmes. Oh, that's Tavares.
How about Irving? Really doing a great job, busting outside the pocket, then on the run drops a dime. Well done.
Now he keeps running out of room, runs over a defender, gets all the way down to the 5-yard line.
I'll tell you what.
Irving with some intention.
No doubt, but Jace Krauskopf from Pleasanton playing with some attitude here early in this football game. We all know what happened last year when a young man from Pleasanton played in this game.
U.S. Army first down as they threaten for a score. Diving for the end zone and coming up a little bit short is the running back Nikos Varelis from Clark. Clark with 2 running backs in this game. Chris Gertz and Varelis both had outstanding careers.
Yeah, these guys, phenomenal athletes, both of them. Nikos, look at the resume there. I mean, well earned his spot in this game here today.
All right, so it's 2nd and goal for Team Gold. That's Landon Marsh on the keep, and he's not going to get there. Ball almost came out. Marsh, a receiver slash tight end at New Braunfels, had a fantastic career. TCU recruiting him as a linebacker. He's fired up about the Frogs playing for the Natty coming up on Monday. We had him a few times on Thursday Night Lights, and he was an outstanding performer.
Yeah, one of those guys that popped every time we had him on. This has been a really good drive for Team Gold, obviously, with run and pass. See how they decide to cap it off.
Little slant, caught, touchdown.
Ricky Gonzalez from Antonian.
He put up some numbers as well for Coach Fushak at his career there at Antonian.
Great route, hard cut on the slant, and a dime from CJ. And what a nice bounce back drive that was for Team Gold.
Extra point is no good, so Team Black leads it 7-6, and they'll have the football when we come back. We're back. You're looking at Ricky Gonzalez, who scored that touchdown from Antonian. He's on his way to Fordham after being a 2-time All-Stater for the Apaches. Already signed with the Rams. He'll study business there. As Van Proyen puts his foot into this one. Good kick all the way down. Fair catch there inside the 4. And we will see if we see Ashton DuBose or another quarterback. It's going to be DuBose. His head coach, Steve Baser, also really high on Sean Ramos, the quarterback out of Pleasanton, said he had a great week of practice. We will see him in a few. But Chuck, I get the sense that these two coaches want to kind of make this a shootout tonight. There's a lot. Yeah. I think we've seen 2 runs.
Hey, I'm all for it.
Sure.
And I think both coaches want to showcase some of these guys and give them all the opportunities to get some looks.
DuBose rolling out. Now fires over the middle. Got his tight end. It's complete. Nice route there by the big fella.
We were never surprised watching Ashton DuBose do his thing. He was just so patient. And, right there, he looked like he was looking down the seam and decided to just throw it underneath a little bit. Just all kinds of stuff that he does. Every play shows you the command that he has back there taking snaps.
Clay Porter from Taft on that reception. New formation here for Team Black. Now they run it right up the middle. Good burst right through the seam. And that is TJ Andrews, who we talked about headed to Army. Boy, was he fantastic at Taft. Over 3,000 rushing yards and 39 touchdowns on his career. Bose completes again across midfield to the 45. Andrew Price from Roosevelt with the catch.
Oh, really good job by both of these coaches kind of mixing things up. I thought it was really cool on the last drive what Signs was able to do. It looked like his offensive line was getting overwhelmed a little bit. It changed the plays up to benefit going outside a little bit. And then, right there, get a guy in space, got some speed, and just a little dump off turns into a big play.
U.S. Army first down. A little miscommunication there, and that's really the first time. Think about it, these guys don't play together, and they've had only 1 week to play together, and I was just getting ready to say before that play, they're all been on the same page, and it's pretty impressive when you got all these different guys from all these different schools running these offenses like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, it's a twofold thing, right? You got to give the coaching staffs a lot of credit for making this happen, but it also speaks to the IQ of why these guys are all-stars too.
Here's DuBose on 2nd and 10. Again, a little out route. He is spreading it out to the entire squad. And that one is completed to Cannon Brooks from Bernie, champion.
Yeah, and already, I mean, you see, what Bazer's able to do with a guy that he's familiar with. They work the left side of the field for the touchdown, and they're going heavy right side right now.
DuBose throws a little out, and pulling ahead for the first down is Matthew Velasquez. Check that. It is Harlan's Jacob Gonzalez Jr.
And Haven Watson from Veterans Memorial doing a good job making a tackle there in space. I know he wanted to wrap him up, but at least he got him down.
DuBose again, straight drop, has time. Now rushed, and he'll make the smart play and just throw it away. And there's some big beef up front for both of these teams. Just some monsters playing in this game that are on their way to the next level.
Yeah, and wearing numbers like 17, Daniel Perez from Canyon High School. Both of the defensive ends for Team Gold right there doing a really good job not allowing to let DuBose get outside.
Play action fake, slant, caught. Across the 20, breaking free to the 10, still bullying his way down inside Gold territory. What a catch and run by big Jalen Gardner from TMI. He's signed with Colorado State. You can see why.
Yeah, Don, and look at this play by Jalen. Like, he catches it, and then he's going to just stiff arm the big man from Steele. That's a heck of a play. That's a guy who wants to play some football here today.
The reverse. Team Gold read it well, but still picking up yardage for Team Black is Jonathan Longoria as they move inside the red zone.
Yeah, I mean, I think overall you'd have to say that Team Gold did a pretty good job of trying to bottle that up. It's this guy making a play right there, doing the best he can, turning something out of nothing.
Team Black knocking on the door. DuBose going to keep it himself. Gets to the outside. He's got speed, and he's got a touchdown. Ashton DuBose. He's got one. His brother's got one, and Black now leads it 13-6.
Well, that's a pretty good start to this football game for Team DuBose, right? Had a good drive going there on the first one, and then capped the last two off with sixes.
See Mom and Dad in the stands loving it. They both got one, and boy, did they have a lot over their careers.
What great feat.
That extra point is good, and Black leads it 14-6. Ashton DuBose still kind of deciding. He was not one of the early signees. There's been a little bit of a mystery as to why he has not received more Division I offers. He's got a few offers. He's got Fordham, he's got UTSA, and he's got a few others. But I was watching on social media, and there's been a lot of outrage from Brennan fans saying, why aren't people offering this kid? I mean, nobody's ever had better numbers in high school. He is going to be a player somewhere when he gets his chance.
I mean, I don't think there's any question about it. I mean, we've marveled at this guy for the last 3 years, and we've seen some darn good ones come through here. But, I mean, this dude, he does it all. I mean, he can beat you with his arm, his feet. He obviously knows the game. I mean, it is a little bit of a mystery. There's no question about it. But I just know, and I think we both will agree with this, whoever gets him is going to be lucky that they got him, period.
You know, we saw that with Manziel, too, at first. He was only recruited by Oregon. He was recruited by other schools as a safety. Some guys are just winners and just play. And, the thing about the DuBose is neither one of them went to a lot of camps after their sophomore summers and after their junior summers. And so they weren't really in that recruiting limelight. But what they've done on the field and on game tape speaks for itself. Seen a lot of guys walk on places and become stars over the years, so I have no doubt that Ashton DuBose will be a winner at the next level.
Well, Don, I mean, all you have to do is look at Trey Moore from Smithson Valley, right? It was the same thing. I mean, this guy can play, and then, they're trying to figure out how is this guy going to get to play Division I football, and he's got very few offers, and then here he is now starring at UTSA, and now some of those schools that didn't want him coming out of Smithson Valley are the same ones that are trying to poach him off of UTSA's roster.
That's exactly
so
right.
I mean, you know, when these coaches, they know what Division I football players look like.
That's correct.
When they sell their guy, you would think at some point somebody's going to listen, and the smart ones will.
And you talk to anybody who watches Trey Moore after his freshman year at UTSA, they say he's going to play on Sundays. He's that kind of athlete. Had a fantastic All-Conference USA freshman year as that handoff goes to Team Gold's running back. And that is Aaron Pinckney out of YMLA, Young Men's Leadership Academy. And that's going to tick us down to the final snap of the first quarter. It's a good one so far. Black leads it 14-6. We're coming back with second quarter action. This is San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB from the Alamo Dome.
You are watching
Welcome back to the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB. An exciting first quarter, 14-6. We're here with Coach David Sines of Steel, coaching Team Gold today. Coach, how was the first quarter for you and coaching all these guys, which most of them are new to you?
Yeah, you know, it's awesome. It seemed like it take a little while to get used to the speed, but again, you know, it's fun to be out here and watching these guys compete.
Is it weird coaching a lot of like new players? You've been with the same guys all year long, and sometimes for 4 years, and then you come in and you've known these guys for like 2 weeks, and you're like, all right, let's go play.
No, yeah, it is. It's awesome. You know, just the different approaches that they bring from their different programs, and you know, they're all extremely talented and they work extremely hard. So it's been a pleasure, I know, for our staff to get to coach these guys.
When you're trying to install like offense and defense, how helpful is it for you to have like your middle linebacker, Mekhi Williams, out there kind of directing traffic, telling everyone where to go?
Yeah, you know, that's a huge part, you know, because he can get guys lined up. He can tell them, you know, we have some kind of stun or coverage or whatever it might be, and he can get them lined up and be a coach on the field for us.
This is the first, we were talking in the break, it was the first time you've been asked to coach the All-Star Game. What was that feeling like for you, and what did you say to them when they asked?
Yeah, when they called and asked, you know, didn't hesitate at all. You know, it's a great honor to be asked to coach an All-Star Game, and I know our staff was excited. It's great for Steele High School and our community.
And last year the game was an 18-9 game. Did you expect that coming in as well, or like what were you expecting coming in?
I didn't know what to expect. You know, you come out here, you're coaching some guys for a week, and you're hoping that they can absorb as much as they can like a sponge. And you know, that first quarter was back and forth offensively. So we'll see how the rest of the game goes.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you so much. Doing a great job. Back to you guys.
All right, KK Brashears has the Team Gold already at midfield on this drive. There's a penalty here. That's
First
a timeout,
timeout
actually. Team Black calling a timeout. We'll take it with them. It's 14-6. It'll be 4th and 1 for Team Gold when we come back. It is 4th and 1 for KK Brashears and Team Gold. And they hand inside. I'm not sure he got there. It's going to be a stop. Steve Bazer's fired up. Team Black's defense, they get the stop.
I'll tell you, had a heck of a drive on that was 28 Matthew Bunn from Poth High School. I got him listed as an athlete, and that guy made a couple of tackles on that.
Akil Mateen in on that one, as well as Jace Krauskopf from Pleasanton.
Yeah, Bunn was the guy that submarined everybody and really busted that up so that the other guys could help clean it up. But this Krauskopf kid, he's making a name for himself. He's got some offers from Valpo, Trinity, Hardin-Simmons, and Saul Ross. He's stood out today.
Reverse there, that's incomplete as a little trickeration came up for Team Black. That ball was batted into the air by number 16, Brady Zingelman, the outside linebacker from Brandeis, and we've seen him on TNL over the years make some plays.
Yeah, one of our favorite guys, Don, I think all season. Got a chance to meet that young man during the photo sessions. And I asked him, I said, dude, does anybody like football more than you? He looked me right in the eye and he said, no.
So that sets up 2nd and 10 for Ashton DeBose, still the quarterback, hands inside and breaking it to the outside now with a little hurdle across the 40 is from Team Black, Markel Ford, the athlete from Wagner.
There's another DB shooting the gap big time. And these guys are playing with authority today.
Best of the best here. And we've got a whistle. And it looks like Black wants to talk it
Black
over.
takes their second timeout of the first half.
Steve Baser takes his second timeout. We'll take it with him. Team Black leads it 14-6, and they've got the football again. We're back with our player profile from Whataburger, Aaron DeBose. His favorite, the sweet and spicy bacon burger. Hard to argue that. They throw it to the outside. Nice tackle to keep that one from going a little further. It's completed to Sam Padgett from East Central High School.
Damian Mendoza from Madison coming in and making a play. He wasn't able to stop the first down, but could have been a whole lot worse had he not been there.
I knew you'd get a Madison Maverick
Got that right.
accolade in there.
We've seen a lot of speed on this field here today. And so far, Brennan has been awfully hard to stop on offense. I mean, Team Black.
Here's another handoff and bouncing it outside. Another nice little game by Markel Ford. Mark Kusenberger, our statistician extraordinaire, pointing out that DeBose has now completed passes to 9 different receivers. So when we say he's been spreading it around, we ain't joking. You should take a look at our Christus Santa Rosa Sports Medicine Smile Camp. Good crowd here in the Dome today.
I was talking to Carolyn Wheat from San Antonio Sports before the game, and she said this was the most brisk tickets had been selling. So this game is certainly gaining inertia each and every year.
DeBose, little sidearm flip, little Patrick Mahomes incomplete. As that one was intended for Andrew Price from Roosevelt. Nice little sidearm action by Ashton.
Yeah, trying to get it out quick because the heat was coming. Now, Team Black facing a rare third down.
3rd and 5. Press coverage. DeBose changes it. What I'm fascinated with the fact that these receivers who don't play for Brennan can look over there and recognize these signals being signed in, changing the play call. Inside handoff. And gonna come up a little short, I believe, of the marker. And if you can read that number, let me know.
I think that was Daniel Perez again.
At 87.
Making the tackle.
That's Avron Carter, who also plays for Brennan. Normally wears number 7 for the Bears, wearing a 87 jersey. And Avron Carter is getting some walk-on interest for some big-time programs, including Oklahoma. 4th and 2 here, and it looks like Gold wants to talk it over on the defensive side. Avron could go play at a lot of little schools, but I think he's going to walk on at a bigger program. And Chuck, over the years, we've seen, the DeBose twins get a lot of the credit over there at Brennan, but Avron Carter has proven he's a big-time player.
Oh, they've got so many great players at Brennan. We did a couple of their games this year, Don, and just, we're talking about the wide receiver group as a whole that Coach Baser had. He said, yeah, we got good ones. We got 6. It's like they stack them and rack them over there. So, yeah, I guess it's not a surprise when you hear anybody from Brennan that is getting offered to go do some great things at the next level.
Oklahoma and Arkansas on his list as we go down to Matt Roy, who's standing by with one of our big sponsors today, the U.S. Army.
Don, Chuck, great game going on. We do have one of our key sponsors here, Colonel Xavier Cologne. Very nice to see you. How are you enjoying the game so far?
Oh, fantastic. It's a great experience. I've only been here, 5-6 months in the city. It's been phenomenal.
I mean, what better way to ring in the 5 or 6 months and continue on in your first year in San Antonio than seeing the All-Star game?
Hey, it's been great. I mean, I've been telling my team that I've learned much about football in the last 5 months that I ever would imagine.
Speaking to the Army, why is it so important for you guys to stay in the community and partner with people in the community?
I think you just said it. You said partner. So this is a partnership. This is a relationship that we have not only with the city, the community of San Antonio, but we are here. We are part of the community ourselves. So it is in our not only our best interest, but we have to be part of the community as well. We love to be part of the community. We love to be around and talk and engage because we're also part of the community. This is a human endeavor, and so we have to maintain that in mind.
Does it make a difference that this is Military City, USA, and so you really want to get that name of the Army and making sure everyone knows like you're part of this community and you're here to stay?
I think so. I mean, this is, I would say, the capital of the world when it comes to military, right? It's called Military City, USA for a reason. So yes, absolutely.
What opportunities are there for athletes who want to pursue a career in football or any other sport as well as go into the military?
We are a warrior athlete culture. That's what we have in the Army. So whether it's football, basketball, baseball, you name it, any sport we have. We can entertain, we can have sports from anybody. So.
Huge touchdown there from Aaron to Ashton to Aaron DeBose, excuse me. Second one of the day, it looks like. A couple of guys who are huge stars in this city. Big one there. Last one for you. A couple of guys on Team Black who just scored the touchdown are going to be going to Army. TJ Andrews, and then I believe on Team Gold, Red Anderson will also be going there. Is that something that people should strive to do?
Absolutely. Whether it's the Army or any other service, but absolutely, the Army is the oldest, the bigger brother of all the services. So definitely, the Army is the best service to pick.
Who are you rooting for? Team Gold, Team Black?
Well, Team Gold and Team Black are the Army. So go Army, beat Navy.
All right, send it back to you guys.
You got to say those 4 words if you are an Academy guy. And how about Ashton DeBose buying some time? Looked to the left, didn't have it, got out of trouble, and that's got to be twin ESP, knowing that Aaron was going to be down there in the back of the end zone.
You know what's so funny is how often do you hear quarterbacks and receivers talk about building chemistry with each other during the course of the season or during the course of a career? Well, this is almost not a fair fight, right? I mean, you got not only chemistry, you got DNA going, you got all kinds of stuff working. So, yeah, the cerebral stuff, the kinetic stuff, all good. And just another phenomenal play between the twins. And, geez, where have we had that done before?
Velasco kicking off, and that's going to go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
So, yeah, you can't say enough about these guys as players. I mean, and again, the energy and the synergy that they have between one another was on full display right there, right in front of our very eyes again.
I wonder if they've, I haven't asked them, but I wonder if they want to play together at the next level.
I would think so.
Neither one of them have made a decision. Be interesting to see if they go their separate ways.
And I mean, as many times as they've connected, why wouldn't you want them playing together at the next level if you're a college coach?
All right, good read there, and jumping the route, looking for a pick 6, and he almost had it for Team Black. Was Keelan Elder, the defensive back from Brennan, another Brennan star. So we've got the two DeBoses, and we've also got Avron Carter and now Elder as the quarterback for Team Gold. Again here
Team Black is really dialing up the pressures now.
Again, good tight coverage on the edge. So we hear the defensive play calls coming in from next door. From
May want to give them
team
headsets.
They're screaming and yelling, nickel, nickel, nickel. Chris Irving running quarterback from Veterans Memorial. It's 3rd down and 10. Could we have a stop? Good tight press coverage from the Team Black corners. Irving's going deep, has a man who beat his man and trying to make a one-handed catch, but incomplete is Silva. David Silva from Natalia. He almost made an amazing play.
Yeah, and I mean, I think David Silva did all he could. I mean, because his off arm was being held. That was a great throw. And then Silva creating some space for himself there at the end to make the play, but as you can see, it's hard to get that other hand up. Got a little blockage there.
Gerardo Mejia II from Central Catholic on the coverage, and Team Gold will have to punt it away, and Cam Van Proyen kicks it inside the 44-yard line. It'll be downed there by the Gold defense, and Team Black will have it. Meantime, let's flash back to one of our previous games here in the All-Star game. Here's Rivers again, another slant. That time it's picked off. And headed the other way for the East is Jack Gibbons from Smithson Valley. Touchdown, East. The Rangers showing up big here in the San Antonio Sports All-Star game.
Yeah, and a lot of great Smithson Valley players over the years. I mean, Larry Hill's had some good ones, and he's coached them up. Those guys always seem to do well at the next level, the ones that come here. And then the level after that as well.
Gibbons playing for the Tennessee Titans. Doing a good job. We saw him make a couple highlights last week. That ball's picked off. De Hoyos from Team Gold. The safety from Smithson Valley. You just called your shot.
Well, you got to give Chris Cotvis all the credit in the world. He rolls out the David Gibbons pick 6. Right on cue, the next play, David De Hoyos reading the quarterback's eyes, and there was obviously some sort of miscommunication on offense, and he made him pay. Nice play, young man.
Very nice play as he jumps in front of that one. KK Brashear's back in at quarterback after Irving had a series. And KK wants to go deep. He's going into double coverage. That ball's incomplete. A little interesting, different philosophies from the coaches with the quarterback situation. KK splitting time with Irving here in the first half. It looked like Bazer's going to go with DeBose in the first half and Ramos in the second half. Ramos not seeing any action yet.
Yeah, good job again by Team Black. Elijah Simons from East Central amongst the players back there on that one to make sure that there would be no connection. KK showing off the arm, out through everybody on that one.
Inside handoff, reversing to this side. KK gets a block. That'll free Rhett Anderson, who is slung out of bounds at the 45, but that's another U.S. Army first down for Rhett Anderson and Team Gold.
Yeah, you know, this is the one guy that will continually make plays for you if you find him. And so it's pretty apparent right here that Team Gold is going to try to get this guy as many touches as possible. I mean, he is absolutely electric, whether he's catching it or running it. And you see the offers and the resume of Mr. Rhett Anderson.
You see the physicality of Harris there. That's Gavin Harris, the tight end from Judson. He's going to play at the next level. Harris is signed with Princeton. So he's big, physical, and smart. Inside handoff and the physical run right up the middle. Shaston Golden from Davenport, one of the newer programs in the city.
Big Christian Fitchett up front from Steele, helping to pave the way there. It's been a really good drive by the guys up front here for Team Gold on this series.
Here's Brashears throwing the go route. That's completed for a touchdown. Look out for that slippery finish.
And he's going to Doug Flutie us, right? Just run right up the tunnel.
Alejandro Taveras from Johnson High School on the straight go route from KK Brashears. Did a nice job to stay in bounds, and then I'm not sure what happens on that pavement out there, but I see a lot of guys slide on that with those cleats.
All right. Disney on Ice action here at the end, eh? That was a dime by KK, by the way.
Ethan Ball on to kick the extra point. And had some struggles on the first one. Now we've got a pre-snap whistle, so he may kick that one again.
Illegal substitution. 12 players on the defense. The penalty's declined. The try is good.
All right, so it is good. That makes it 21-13. And Chuck, we talked about Landon Marsh wanting to go to TCU. He's going to walk on at linebacker. The Frogs playing for a national championship. And here's a couple of former All-Stars. Millard Bradford for O'Connor. We called that game. He was a stud. And then Brandon Brown, the latest of the Brown family, clearing guys out for O'Connor. They will both see action for the Horned Frogs against Georgia in the national championship game. Bradford, a big-time impact player for the Frogs.
Yeah, and Jared Zirkle hasn't seen a lot of playing time yet at Georgia. Made a couple kicks this year. Jared Zirkle going to play for Georgia. And can't forget Staten Ankrum from Reagan High School, also a freshman on that TCU football team. As you take a look at the scoring drive there by Team Gold to get back in this football game. But yeah, Don, I know, Nook Bradford was your guy back in the day, and he was another guy that, we thought should have had more recruiting, and there wasn't as much as we maybe thought, but boy, is he turning out to be a good player, and look out.
Off to the races. One block and pushed out of bounds all the way down to the 25-yard line. Team Black has it in business thanks to Jacob Gonzalez from Harlan High School.
Speed to burn.
75 yards.
There he goes from the 1 yard deep in the end zone, and he's trying to pick up a block downfield, but not quite enough to take it to the house, but pretty darn good return, no doubt, to help set up a short field for his squad. Man, the speed on some of these guys.
Ashton DeBose still the QB for Team Black.
Man, that's a breaker for Team Gold. You can just go down and make it a one-score game, and then you give up the big return.
They're in business at the 27.
Is that ball out?
Let's look for the official ruling. They're going to rule him down.
And at least Alex Garza from Steele is not too thrilled about that. Let's take a look.
He hit his own lineman. Oh, it came out there. It's caused by the linebacker. Wouldn't be surprised if that was every tap. Seems to always be around the ball. Now another sidearm. That's complete. Across the 20 to the 15 to the 10 to the 5. Down to inside the 5-yard line. That's big Jalen Gardner from TMI again. He's really had a couple of nice plays today.
He really has, but again, it starts with Dubose. I mean, you called it earlier with Mahomes. I mean, the pressure's coming. They want the pressure to come so they can set up that play, but goofy arm angle and all delivered on time and on point allows us to go downfield.
Boy, Gardner's a big physical football player. Inside, they'll run it. Inside the 5, touchdown, walking his way in for Team Black is TJ Andrews, the star from Taft High School, on his way to West Point.
Well, we've seen TJ do that a time or two during the course of his career, but man, you got to give those big beasties up front all the credit in the world for paving the way on that one.
So Team Black now with a 2-touchdown lead. They'll try to make it 28-13. The extra point is up and good. That's Daniel Ghana from East Central. And Black now with a bit of a cushion here with 3 minutes to go in the half.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame for Team Gold, right? I mean, you just made it a 1-score game. Then you give up the long return. Then your defense appears to bail you out with a fumble recovery in the stop, but didn't quite work out, and Team Black was able to take advantage of that the rest of the way, and they've been absolutely spectacular when they've held on to the football so far today. Hard to stop.
Hey, congratulations to Taft. The Raider band, rather, is the winner of this year's $5,000 band grant. Remember, we had that all 10 weeks on TNO, courtesy of the Children's Hospital of San Antonio. You had to text in your vote. They got the most votes, and the Raiders get the $5 grand. Congratulations to Taft.
We saw some good ones this year, right?
Oh, man, the bands in San Antonio, especially those big 6A schools where they've got 300 members, is unbelievable.
Yeah, all the moving parts and the costumes and the stage.
Props, all kinds of banners. And
yeah, and that's not even talking about the skill level of the people playing the instruments.
Rhett Anderson, back to return, along with Tavares from Johnson. And here's the kickoff, and it will be into the end zone. And here's another Whataburger player profile on Eric Morales from Burbank. His favorite Whataburger order is just number 1, Whataburger. Something tells me he doesn't just get one of those. At least a supersize on the fries at $2.40.
Yeah, he's probably going to Whataburger and then making a stop along the way and getting something else too on the way home. It's a big fella.
It's such an honor for all these kids, talking to them throughout the season when they've been selected. They're so thrilled to be selected by their coaches to play in this game. It's not just the fact that they're good players. These are the guys that usually are the leaders, and the coaches want to reward them with their nomination to play in this game. The players are selected by a committee at the nomination of the head coaches from their own school. So if they're in this game, it's because their head coach wanted them in this game. Terrain Butler from Harlan on the tackle there, and that ball's short. C.J. Irving in at quarterback for Veterans Memorial. They've got another one coming up behind him, boy. James Peoples, the running back, who's got Ohio State and Texas among his offers. He might be playing in the All-American Bowl instead of this game. James Peoples is a legitimate big-time recruit as whistle blows pre-snap. He and Irving and
Black takes their third and final
Patriots had a
timeout
fantastic
of the
year
first
this
half.
year. There's another timeout taken. Speaking of the All-American Bowl, what a great tradition that's been here in San Antonio over the years. And Colton Thomason from Smithson Valley, who's on his way to Texas A&M, one of the top 100 recruits in Texas, getting to play in the big boy game. As well as Johnny Bowens, he's on his way to Oregon. Former Judson Rocket was also going to A&M at one point, but like so many players in this year's class from around Texas, they flipped to the Ducks late in the recruiting process.
Yeah, and those two guys, as Matt Roy, our very own, reported on Twitter earlier today, those two fellas are leaving this week to go to their destination. So, you know, high school was fun, but it's already on to the next. I mean, that just goes to show you, first of all, speaks to the player that they were able to get their schooling done and already go on to college. But, I mean, the business of college football is we need you here now, young fella, not next year.
So Johnny Bowens is actually on a plane right now. His plane left San Antonio at 6 o'clock. So he's already gone after that All-American game earlier.
Wow,
yeah,
good stuff, Matty.
I know 14 of the UTSA recruits report this week. And spring football right around the corner. They get these guys integrated and into the system.
You know, it's so funny.
Tyler Turner's going to Oregon as well.
But you watch the All-American Bowl beforehand and walking around and the size and the speed of these guys. I mean, you talk about the best of the best. I mean, they certainly passed the eye test, and Bowens and Thomason, they got nothing to give away there either.
Yeah, when you talk about the tradition of that game, Adrian Peterson and Trevor Lawrence and Micah Parsons and on and on and on played in that game.
I know, I was thinking about that earlier today. It was like, for all the attention that Trevor Lawrence got going into that game and rightly has earned everything that he's gotten along the way. I mean, the star of that game when he was here was
San Antonio's own Caden Stearns.
That's exactly right, who was the MVP of that ball game. And Caden, of course, now a member of the Denver Broncos and starring at the NFL level.
And it shows you that these scouts that identify these kids at 16, 17 years old, they know what an NFL player is. And quite honestly, when you see the hallways backstage of these games, and you see the difference between one of the San Antonio Sports All-Star linemen and one of the kids from the All-American game going to Georgia, it's about 40 pounds. Inside handoff.
A slightly bigger talent pool to choose from.
Yeah, from around the country.
Right.
I mean, 6'7", 320. I mean, those All-American linemen are just, they're as big as the door.
So the good thing about this is, though, for
like
us,
this guy.
is that, yeah, we've got some big guys, too, and we got guys going to the league as well.
Philip Gallegos at 6'7", 340 is.
Look out.
DeBose keeps going down the sideline. Look out. Oh, he got tripped up. He thought he had another touchdown, and they're going to go quick. Tripped up around the shoelaces. Prevents a touchdown for Aaron DeBose.
Yeah, Leighton Ladd, big guy hustling down all the way down the field from New Braunfels. Look at that.
That's a great hustle play.
Yeah, it really is.
1:36 to go here. DeBose fires again, caught, and short of the goal line. And that's to Avron Carter, his Brennan teammate. So think about this. We didn't even talk about Tyler Turner from Brennan.
Right.
He's on his way to Oregon. Probably their not even probably, he is their highest recruit.
How about that pass by DeBose? Just enough air underneath it to find Isaiah Manchester, who's having himself a whale of a football game too. And look at that stud doing it in the classroom.
I love it. Thought that was Carter. That was Manchester. 81, not 87. So they'll head inside, and Team Gold holds there with 1:22 to go. Set up second down. There's Gallegos. 6'7", 320. Also a total intellectual. academic All-State. He's going to Rice, one of the great academic institutions in our country. Congratulations to Gallegos out of Somerset, legendary high school program.
Yeah, it always seems like we're talking about them late in the year too, right? Helps when you got guys like Philip Gallegos on your squad.
Yeah. Second and goal here. Rolling out, nice throw, nice catch, touchdown. Elijah Johnson, I believe, was the receiver. Sure was. Got him listed as a safety. Maybe he's playing both ways.
Well,
Canyon
way,
Lake.
It was a great play design.
Yeah. And Canyon
Elijah
Lake,
Johnson,
Texas.
yeah. Making a nice play, and another dime from Dubose. Doink.
And the extra point no good, so it's 34-13. 31 seconds to go here in the first half, and Team Black pulling away now from Team Gold. Welcome back. That scoring drive only lasted 5 plays, 64 yards in a minute 40. Canyon Lake's own Elijah Johnson with the touchdown.
Yeah, he's been a guy that's been all over the field for Canyon Lake during the course of his career. He's their district MVP, DB running back. Dude rushed for over 2,000 yards this year. He's got Mary Hardin Baylor and East Texas Baptist on his radar. Good for him. The hair's good too, by the way.
Great flow. Nice return there with 30 seconds to go for Team Gold. Stick around for the Methodist Healthcare halftime show. Matt Roy will lead the way on that.
And these guys aren't doing us any favors, Don, by the way, with all those stickers on their helmets as well. It's like, yeah, we're going to get those dudes in the booth one way or another. Looks good, though.
They have, that's one of the great traditions here at San Antonio Sports All-Star Game, the final practice of the week. After that is sticker exchange night. First and 10. Bashir's keeps. Got nowhere to go. Black doing a good job snuffing that out.
And their coaches are doing a great job, too. As you mentioned earlier, we're sitting right next to the Team Black assistant coaches in the booth, and they're yelling out run long before the snap.
We can hear every single call. Jermaine Butler Jr. there on that tackle. 5, 4, 3, last snap of the half. If he gets it off, and now they burn a timeout to make sure they get one last play off. Or there's a flag down. There's going to be a penalty here, not a timeout.
False start. Offense number 60. Team Gold has decided to take a timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff. That's their second timeout of the half.
So on a penalty, there's a 10-second runoff unless you take a timeout. So you got to have one. First of all, they did. So now they'll get a final shot at it here.
Yeah, let's see if they've dialed up any 70-plus yard plays in this thing right here with 1 second left to go in the half.
There's our coaches right next door to us. You would never know that this is an all-star game with nothing to play for. These guys are intense. Steve Bazer's staff. Defensive coordinator Matthew Arafat there in the middle with the hat on backwards, calling the plays. Great coaching staff. Done a fantastic job there. Deep playoff runs the last few years. And now it's just kind of trickeration lateral time.
A little psycho defensive look here.
Nothing behind
Team
you.
Black.
The fact that they prepared for this in 1 week is amazing. Now he's just going to run for it. And that'll be the end of the first half. And it has been all Team Black. Aaron and Ashton DeBose leading the way. It's 34-13. Stick around for the halftime show. We're gonna have a lot of fun in the second half, call some plays and take you inside the huddle. So stick around for more of the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB.
Welcome to the Methodist Healthcare Halftime Show.
Welcome into the halftime show here at the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB. We got a great game going on. They've already doubled the scoring from last year. It's 34-13 for Team Black right now, and I'm lucky enough to have the president and CEO of the San Antonio Sports, Jenny Carnes, with us. You have a lot of titles, but I'll just stick to president and CEO.
That's good.
It's the 45th year. This thing has really exploded since you guys took over, I believe, in 2013, 2014. So why is it that you guys felt like investing so much into this game and really blowing it up?
Well, these are all-stars, and it's their last chance to play in front of their families, to maybe be seen by a college scout. So when we took this game over 10 years ago, we brought it into the Dome. We partnered with the All-American Bowl, partnered with you guys to broadcast it on TV, and we put it at the end of football season. This game used to be in May at a high school stadium. So we're giving these players the showcase they rightfully deserve.
And you get players like Max DiDomenico that has gone to Army. You get players like Ashton DeBose, who hasn't really committed yet to a school, and I think he has 5 touchdowns in the first half. So how can this game really help people who maybe don't have a decision to make or haven't made a decision yet on what school they're going to go to, really kind of push them forward to the next level?
We had 22 players from last year's game that got offers to go on to play the next level because of this game. And so there are a lot of guys out there in this field duking it out, doing their best, and really hoping to be able to go on to college and play.
What else does San Antonio Sports have in the next coming up years? We were just talking about your guys' schedule and planning that far in advance. I don't know how you do that, but what do you guys have coming up?
We're always busy, but we were really excited to start the planning process for the next men's Final Four that will be right here in this building in 2025. That may sound like a long time off, but it'll be here before you know it. We've got the women's Final Four returning in 2029, and we're excited to induct our next class into the San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame in May.
You should get a medal for planning something in 2029. I couldn't even plan a wedding. It was a year in advance. How do you guys really enshrine yourselves and involve yourselves in the community outside of this game?
Well, events like this game and many other things that we do really help provide us the resources to put on our community programs for youth that wouldn't necessarily have an opportunity to play club sports. So we do it for the kids.
All right, well, Jenny, thank you so much. This is a wonderful event every year. I know we love doing it, and this is my first one involved, so I'm happy to be here as well. We'll go right back to break, and then we'll be back with the halftime show.
You're watching the Methodist Healthcare Halftime Show.
All right, Matt Roy here, back in the Alamo Dome for the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB. 34-13 is the score right now. Ashton DeBose from Brennan High School putting on a show for Team Black. And we are about to go beyond the game. All of these groups back here going beyond the game, including the Uvalde football team. Here's Don Harris.
San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Valero are shining the light on teams who model key values through their action. More than 95 teams submitted stories this fall. Let's look at 5 who made a special impact in their communities. Members of the Uvalde High School football team helped unload trucks and stage more than 800 donated bikes, which were distributed to the community's youth through an event called Bikes for Kids Uvalde. Wood Middle School athletes lent a hand to a short-staffed custodial crew, cleaning the campus before and after athletics events as a way of honoring custodians for all they do for the school. East Central High School's boys and girls basketball teams volunteered with Feed My Starving Children. 60-plus student athletes, countless parents, and community members worked together to pack enough meals to feed 193 children for an entire year. Marshall Girls Athletics hosted the Freedom Fun Run and 5K to honor and remember Elisa Suarez, a former Marshall student athlete who tragically passed away while training in college. The event raises money for a scholarship in Elisa's name. to be given to a Marshall cross-country athlete every year and serves to commemorate 9/11 victims and first responders. Throughout the year, the Roosevelt High School boys soccer team visits with feeder elementary schools as part of their TR Football Mentoring Partnership, developing friendships and mentoring the next generation of leaders. These athletes demonstrated the beyond-the-game values of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service. San Antonio Sports and Valero salute high school and middle school coaches who inspire their teams to serve others. Parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams that go beyond the game. Visit sanantoniosports.org.
All right, thank you so much, Don. We'll be right back here in the Alamo Dome with first half highlights after the break.
You're watching the Methodist Healthcare Halftime Show.
Welcome back to our Methodist Healthcare Halftime Show. It's 34-13. Team Black over Team Gold. Let's run down our scoring, our Central Med first half highlights. And it all started with the DuBose twins hooking up. Ashton to Aaron got Team Black on the board first, but the Gold came right back on the slant route. Antonian's Ricky Gonzalez caught a touchdown, but Chuck, Ashton DuBose wasn't done.
Now, Don, arms, legs, it really doesn't matter. This guy's having a whale of a first half. I mean, he's 14 of 18 for 199 and 4 touchdowns, and there's another one.
2 of them to his twin brother, but he did throw this pick. Nice play by Gavin De Hoyos, who's Smithson Valley star. And then a nice go route to Elijah Tavares for the touchdown. But TJ Andrews from Taft came back for another touchdown run. And that takes us to halftime. Well, one more. Ashton DuBose touchdown. A little autograph signing halftime show as the Black team leads 34-13. And we will see a steady dose of a new group of athletes when we come back for the second half.
Today's broadcast of the 2023 San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game is presented by HEB and sponsored by the U.S. Army, Whataburger, Frost, Methodist Healthcare, and Sierra Auto Group, Thomas J. Henry, Valero, the PM Group, Navy Federal Credit Union, Academy Sports and Outdoors, Powerade, Crisis, Taco Cabana, the Gomez Law Firm, Vulcan Materials Company, Centro Med, Cowboys AC, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, Christus Santa Rosa Sports Medicine, Red McCombs Toyota, Air and Plumbing Today, Solve HR, Atlas Floors Carpet One, and San Antonio Metropolitan Health District.
Welcome back to the Alamo Dome. It's halftime here at the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB. Time to look at our first half stats. And Chuck, the scoreboard says one thing and the stats pretty much agree.
Yeah, Don, I think where this game was really won was up front for Team Black. I mean, those guys that they had, whether it was blocking for the runner or for DuBose back there throwing the ball, did a really good job of keeping the quarterback clean. And you know, Team Gold has done a really nice job, I think, kind of moving some parts around and trying to do some different things to try to augment what's going on here down on the field. Had their chances and, you know, had a couple bad breaks go their way as well, but we'll see if things don't change around here in the second half.
I also think the familiarity of the
good point.
Coaching staff from the DuBose brothers and that offense, you know, pretty much that's an advantage when David Signs of Steel, most of his guys that are playing in this game are on defense, and so it's tough to keep pace, although KK Brashears and CJ Irving did a nice job moving that Gold offense down the field. There's a lot of familiarity there with that Brennan offense with this coaching staff, and that's got to be able to be a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah, and I think KK played really well in the first half too. So did that man, CJ. You know, those guys did a good job when they've had time to throw the football. So here we go. Got a good second half of football, I think, looking forward to. See some different guys moving in and out. And, you know, again, I think the best takeaway you can say is, again, that these players and coaches have done an amazing job getting this all together in just 5 days' time.
It is such an honor to be in this game for these players. Nobody more proud than their parents. It is something we're happy to be able to bring to you on television that they will be able to keep. We've heard from guys playing in this game 5 or 6 years ago. It's a keepsake. It's always available on YouTube, and you can call it up on the internet anytime. And some of these guys have gone on to play college ball and moved on in life, and something they show their young children now. Hey, I played in that game. You don't believe me? Well, watch, we got the tape. And you know what? The tape always shows that Dad wasn't quite as good as he said he was. Everybody gets a little better with age.
Well, it is kind of funny, too. I mean, I think, you know, especially when a guy has moved on to the NFL level and you wonder where does this fit in their process of all of these accolades that they've garnered. And, you know, I was talking to Gibbons' dad earlier this week, young man that plays for the Tennessee Titans. You know, this guy is a guy that, you know, had to go to Minnesota to go play his last year of college football in order to get more eyes on him. He goes to the Titans. He's not drafted. He's on the practice squad. Now the dude started 2 weeks in a row. He's turned over the opposing team. He had a big interception the other night, but his dad was telling me, he goes, don't you remember my son making that play in the All-Star game? And I was like, I didn't remember it, but he had, and it was still pretty vivid to him. I mean, that's kind of cool, you know, these daddy moments that you get to kind of relive. And I don't know, it's just pretty thrilling to think that, you know, here's a guy playing in the NFL level, and, you know, Dad still thinks that that's a pretty cool thing, or it was a nice marquee event that happened along his NFL journey.
Man, you don't have to tell me. My son played in the All-Star basketball game, and I can still picture those two corner threes in my mind as I was a proud papa up in the stands.
As you should be.
Yeah, hard to believe it's been 10 years, but time goes quickly. Taking a look right now at Juvenal Esparza from Uvalde, wearing the number 21, of course, in memoriam to the tragedy in Uvalde, all-district player. Such an inspirational story there in Uvalde, the way they won their first game with just sheer guts and determination at the very last play of the game after the tragedy in Uvalde. And great for him to be representing that great town here today. Got him from Luling, Uvalde, Natalia, Pleasanton. This game just not for the 6A guys in San Antonio, but for the entire area. Last year's MVP was from Pleasanton, and it's time for our Cowboys AC kickoff.
Yeah, that's right. A.J. Ayala, the linebacker from Pleasanton last year, took home our MVP, right, in a losing effort. He was all over the field. It was hard not to give it to him.
Chuck Howley, the only Super Bowl MVP on a losing squad, and A.J. Ayala, the first in this game.
First and 10, team goal, 25-yard line.
You see KK's numbers on the day. As mentioned, I mean, when he's had time, he's done very, very well. He took some early shots and lived to tell about it, too, because this thing got really physical quickly here, especially in the first few series of the game.
Little miscommunication there. Jerry West from the Lakers back in the day was the only MVP in the NBA Finals on a losing squad, as Coos pointing that out. And Mark Kusenberger's wife, Brenda, celebrating her birthday today. Congratulations, Brenda. She's 28 again. What are you doing working on your wife's birthday, Coos? He took her to lunch, he says. Ball's out. I think he was down. Refs are going to call it down.
Runner was down when the ball came out.
Now, hopefully it's a birthday month at the Kusenberger house.
It's the whole week at my house for sure. But it's my birthday week. You can hear the coaches next door, Team Black calling out Texas Lasso, whatever that is, on the defensive formation. Brashears will throw the little out. Still on his feet, rumbling, stumbling across midfield. Big number 94. You don't see a reception by a 94 very often.
Alex Wyatt
from Brandeis. He's a load too.
And they've had some big tight ends come through that school that have been pretty darn good, haven't they? Yeah, he's not going to go down with a touch or a tug.
That ball was low and away. Oscar Cardenas reminiscent there. Brashears fires, and that's complete. Official's going to say he's in. That ball completed to Gavin Harris. The Judson Rocket. Headed to Princeton. Had a great career there for the Rockets.
Indeed. And a really good drive here to start the second half here for Team Gold as they try to climb their way back into this football game.
2nd down and 2. Shears hands off, and that one's going nowhere. Good recognition up front by the big defensive lineman from Reagan. That's Matt Quick, 6'2", 270.
Showing a little quicks right there. Doing a really good job just kind of riding the line there and beating his man to the ball carrier.
Playing next to Travion Smith from Clemens. Brashears in again, another short out route. And avoiding the tackle and making his way inside the 30 is Harris again.
These guys, even the receivers, are playing a lot of physicality. Gavin Harris from Judson, 6'3". A little shiver shake at the end there.
The U.S. Army first down. Throw another quick hitch. Breaking it across the 20, still on his feet inside the 5. Scoring! Touchdown! What a play by Team Gold. That's Devin Matthews out of Seguin, and we saw him win a game winner with no timeouts or no time left for Seguin this year. Just an amazing athlete, this kid.
Well, if we had to hang a star on play of the game, I think individually this one would be it. My goodness, breaking all kinds of ankles along the way.
How about the quick twitch?
More moves than Allied Freight.
Extra point up and good, and Gold back in business. It's 34-20, 2-touchdown game. 9:49 to go here in the third. Seven plays, 75 yards for Team Gold. Devin Matthews, the star of the Seguin Matadors, with the 34-yard touchdown, and all of a sudden Gold's back in business.
What a fine season they've had, and really doing some nice things up there in Seguin when it comes to playing football. And we've seen some athletic plays today, but that right there was probably the best.
Cameron Van Proyen with another good kick all the way into the end zone. It'll be brought out across the 20, close to it. And then Team Gold with good special teams play. And I imagine we'll see a good steady dose of Sean Ramos out of Pleasanton in this second half after seeing DeBose for the entire first half. And here comes the Pleasanton Eagle, and Matt Roy's down with Steve Baser. We're going to take you inside the huddle here on a couple of series. Matt, take it away and have Steve tell us what's coming up.
Right here, so it's either going to be a counter run or he's going to check the pass based on his read.
All right.
So right there, he read run.
Red run, kept it.
Got about 3 yards.
RPO, run pass options, so the quarterback's going to have the option. Make it boot.
We've got a play action pass. He's going to bootleg to the right. Should have a flood concept with receivers coming this way.
So someone 10 yard out. Right there, number 15. Should have been open.
Good speed by Ramos to get to the corner. Be 3rd down and 8. This will be an interesting call.
Yeah, good speed
So
by
Coach,
Ben
why
Gibson.
would you guys call the bootleg? What's that good against?
Hey, you're just trying to get some misdirection run. Try to get guys sneaking out. Usually your tight end on the crossing route there. They had guys up the field pretty good, so that hurt us a little bit.
Offsides, free play.
I hope that's on.
Oh. Free play interception. That'll be coming back though. That's a 5-yard penalty for the offense.
3rd and 3.
So it'll be 3rd and 3. Call the draw. Tell Baser to call the draw here.
Yes. Don says call the draw.
So we went hard.
Offside.
We went hard count there.
Defense, number 52. 5-yard penalty.
Don
Remains
says you
3rd
guys
down.
need a draw really bad.
The draw here.
The draw, huh?
He said call a draw.
3rd and 3.
I think he's dismissing your play call there, big boy.
Brad, what's the call? Okay.
What you got?
We're going to try to get him to jump again, and then we're going to check the play.
Little freeze play.
That didn't get him to jump, so now they'll check the play.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice.
We're going to go with a counter again. It's kind of a tricky wing play to the guy in the white helmet. Get in. Get the yards. There you go.
Hey, it's a misdirection, Don. It's not quite a draw, but it's close.
It's okay.
It's close.
That's a good call. I like that.
How about we take a shot here, Coach?
Don, what's next?
No, that was me.
No,
that was me. I just want plays to the tight ends. That's all I want. Is actually.
Steve listening to his offensive coordinator. Now he's relaying.
We're going freeze again here. Freeze again.
We're going to try to draw him here. See if we get a free fade ball.
Usually on the O-line they'll say freeze, 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 or ice, or Iceland, or something, something that tells everybody like to stay there cold.
All right, we're going with the counter RPO again.
Counter RPO, same play as the first play of the series. Gave it again.
Go.
Got to the outside.
Go.
Watch out.
Down the sidelines.
There we
Good
go.
Speed.
Worked better that time, Coach. I had to make sure that the cameraman was getting out of the way. Got to make sure we're all getting.
Carson Green on
All right,
the
we're
carry.
going. All right, we're going 5-man protection here. So it's going to be a straight drop back pass, 5 people out in the route. And Coach doesn't like it because it only leaves 5 men in and he might get sacked. But good thing we got a mobile quarterback over on the black team. Here we go. Okay.
Sean Ramos with a pickup of 5. That'll set up 2nd down and 5.
Coach, how about we take a shot here, Coach? How about we take a shot here, Coach? That was the shot. Really moving the ball here. Naked boot right.
Naked boot right.
Naked boot right. Another flood concept, Coach?
Should be a flood.
So flood, you're going to have 1 deep, you're going to have 1 in the middle, and you're going to have 1 short route.
Had the middle guy, just short hopped him.
Okay, yeah.
He short hopped the 10-yard out.
Yes.
Field goal be ready here on 3rd and 5.
Chris,
Coaching
they want to know
one
how
play
your
ahead.
Christmas was.
How what?
They want to know how your Christmas was.
It was outstanding.
Was it good?
We love Christmas.
Any New Year's resolutions, Coach?
Calling a timeout.
Win more
Nope.
games, I guess. Trying to get to the state
Putting it on the
championship
hash.
again.
Try to get to the state championship.
The never-ending quest.
What's the call
the
here?
4th round isn't bad, Coach. Westlake's kind of good.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't get the call on this one.
It's okay. It looks like taking a shot.
Good ball.
Here we go. Oh, we got it.
Touchdown.
There it is, folks.
What
See,
a
I should
ball
call
from
plays,
Sean
guys. I told you,
Ramos.
let's take a shot to the tight end. Here we go.
Sean Ramos
All
with
right,
a
Don
really
Chuck,
good
that's
ball.
it for us down here. We'll send it back up to you.
Thanks, Matt. Coach Baser told me he loved this kid in practice this week.
Yeah,
Kid
Don.
from Pleasanton.
And when you know, picking up sides here to see who represents the city. I mean, Sean Ramos's resume was just off the charts. I mean, these guys don't joke their way into this ball game. I mean, you know, when somebody's coming into this game here to play, doesn't matter whether they started or not, they can play. And Sean Ramos showing you he can run it, he's got some athleticism, and he can throw dimes too.
Jalen Gardner, in his 3 targets today, has shown too why he's playing big-time D1 football at Colorado State next year.
Unfortunately, he's going to have to do it again.
Coming back. Caught up in the euphoria.
Going 5-step, either deep or trying to get the first down at the sticks.
5-step drop. Straight drop back pass. Oh, got the hurdle right in front of us.
And the first down.
And he got the first down.
So he did a great job of reading it. He hit the check down, which was wide open, and then the kid make a heck of a play. I mean, that is outstanding.
Coach, can you jump that high?
Many years ago, maybe.
Carson Green from Reagan, the ball carrier. It's first down.
A little jet sweep, jet motion, I mean.
Methodical drive by Team Black.
You see, even on the short passes, though, Don, it's on time and on target, right in stride. Very good job by Ramos.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, Don.
Ask him after this play if it's not successful, if they've got a Philly special type play.
Don wants to know if you guys have a Philly special.
We do it, Brennan. I'm not sure we got it on right now.
Zone read left with an RPO to the right.
So they're going to fake. It's a zone read. They're going to see if the run's open. If not, he's going to pull it.
Right.
Ran it up the middle.
Got close to the first down.
Oh, helmet went flying. TJ Andrews coming in here.
I'll take TJ Andrews on 3rd and short.
Yeah, right. 3rd and 1, TJ Andrews up the middle, Coach.
I love how their coordinator's always a 1 or 2 plays ahead, right?
Again, zone read, but there's going to be a deep cross to number 6 as well.
Okay. It's a zone read with a in-breaking route to Aaron DeBose. Aaron DeBose was wide open. He should have pulled that one, right, Coach?
I'm sorry?
Should have pulled that one, right, Coach?
I was watching the route. He was open.
He was open.
It's going to be 4th and 1.
4th and 1. Ashton DeBose coming back in the game now.
And Andrews in.
Short yardage personnel. Looks like a 13 purse.
It's 33 personnel.
Sounds good.
We'll take the break. It's 4th and 1. When we come back, we'll see if Team Black can convert inside the red zone. Welcome back. Team Black up 2 touchdowns, trying to make it more than that as they're inside the red zone, but it's 4th and 1. Let's go back down to the sidelines to Matt Roy, who's standing by with the coaching staff inside the Rhino Roofers red zone. What's the call, Matt?
All right, guys, so we got a mesh play. There should be a curl right in the middle. It's going to be wide open for him, or right in the flat. He's looking wide open in the end zone, though. There it is. All right.
Matt, you're good luck for Team Black.
I know, I think so. So Coach.
That's not your score well on 4th and 1.
Coach, what went right on that play?
Well, obviously you put the defense in a bind because it's 4th and 1, so they've got to be thinking, run first, and then you crisscross the receivers. So if they're in any form of man, which usually going to get on the goal line, now they got to chase across the field. So there's a lot of deception and a lot of pressure on the D, because if you play pass, you're probably going to give up a run. And if you don't play pass, you're there it is. There it is.
And you've got a quarterback like Ashton DuBose who can run that play fake, hide that football. Got to give a shout out to Jonathan Longoria from McCollum on the reception. As Team Black now goes up 3 touchdowns.
That's our guy.
Another scoring drive for Team Black. It is 41-20. Longoria from McCullum High School with a great moment on the receiving end of an Ashton DuBose touchdown pass. His 3rd of the game.
He had a great job by both QBs on that series, right? Sean Ramos doing the heavy lifting, getting him all the way down there. And then I know you and I were talking during the commercial break. You know, it's no knock on Sean Ramos, but that play for the touchdown was 5D level chess. And so do you want the guy quarterbacking that you coached for 5 days to try that play, or the one that you've been coaching for 5 years, right?
No question about it. This was going to be brought out 7 yards deep, and it's a good decision. Across the 40, across the 50, stumbling on his feet across the 45, near the 50. That's Matthews, a 55-yard return. The Seguin Matador as we go back down to the sidelines, and Matt Roy.
Don Chuck, one of the best things about the All-Star game is that you get people from all over and you get stories from every single one of these All-Stars. Let's see right here. See that sign right there? 3 generations of All-Stars in the same family. Number 70, Rogelio Peralta, is playing today. This is his brother Jimmy, 2013. And then Dad is underneath right there. There's older Rogelio right there. That's Rogelio Jr. So, Jimmy, come here for 1 sec. How has it been watching the game, knowing that you played 10 years ago or 9 years ago for a different school, in a different time when this wasn't even owned by San Antonio? How's it like watching your brother today?
Oh, it's a surreal moment for us. You know, the whole family was able to gather and watch him here. And before the game, he told us Team Gold had won 3 years in a row. So we're enjoying Team Black take that lead, and hopefully they maintain it and bring it home.
You guys brought something like the whole city of San Antonio to support him, I think. So how was it bringing everybody? Did everybody want to come? Like, did they take, I know your dad took off work today to come out. So how was getting everybody here to support Rogelio today?
Oh, the toughest part was trying to get everyone to sit together with the open seating here. But for sure, you know, us going to 3 different schools, you know, we got a lot of family around town. So bringing everyone together, you know, they were more than happy to do it, more than happy to celebrate his achievement today.
That's awesome. Well, Jimmy, we appreciate you, and Rogelio Jr. and then Rogelio III. So we've got a lot of generations of All-Stars here, and every single kid on this field has a story just like this one, which is the best part about this game, guys.
We told you, Matt, it's a 45-year tradition. Dad playing back in the mid-'80s, and now his second son being able to play this game. And because of that tradition, Rogelio III told us this week, that was his goal all season long, was to impress his head coach enough with his attitude, win, lose, or draw in every single practice, that he wanted to be nominated for this game because it meant that much to him to continue the family tradition of this single game, which is fantastic.
Yeah, Matt did a great job earlier this week bringing that story to light as well. Really enjoyed seeing that on Thursday.
1st and 10 here. Another good catch by the receiver going down low to make the grab. That's big number 88 on Team Gold. That's Gabriel Cook, his first catch out of Stevens High School. So again, a little familiarity there from Stevens to Stevens, Falcon to Falcon.
Yeah, and those two guys are going to get to play baseball together one more time in the spring. I'm really looking forward to that because both of these guys are elite level baseball players too.
Trips to the left-hand side for KK. He looks that way. It's the one in the middle. And it's a good 5-yard gain.
Brett Anderson on the catch.
KK and Gabriel Cook have been playing together a long time. This was a great story earlier this year on TNL. Look at these little guys, first graders playing t-ball and flag football.
Yeah, cute little dudes, aren't they?
All the way through to a completion together in the All-Star game. That's a great memory.
Yeah, and we appreciate all the help we get on stuff like that to be able to illuminate some of these stories too. KK's dad, Brian, helping us out in the picture department. It's good stuff, man, because I know you know, Don, as a parent of an athlete, I mean, this stuff is so fleeting, right? I mean, it goes by so quickly. I mean, I'm
So
sure those
fast.
guys, those parents were thinking, geez, these guys were just in Little League uniforms, and now, you know, we're
yesterday,
a few months away from heading off to college.
I've been watching the basketball exploits of my good friend David Chancellor's son, Luke. It's the hospital when that kid was born. Now he's playing middle school basketball already.
Right.
I mean, and it'll fly by. You'll blink, and he'll be graduating high school.
And the best part about that is getting the debriefs from Chancellor on a Monday or a Tuesday about what happened over the weekend, because it gives you a chance to relive your own
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely.
Hello.
Touchdown! It's that same Stevens to Stevens connection, and they score. Gotta make sure that young man's okay. Did he fall on the football and get the wind knocked out of him?
I think he hit his head on the turf leaping up to make that play. KK doing a great job of putting pressure, and then back across his body, and Cook laying out for the football on his team, making a play, but pays the price at the end.
Yeah, he may be a little woozy after that one. Another kid that I was at the hospital he was born is Cameron Van Proyen of this game, who's been kicking the football. His dad, Keith Goose, was my longtime sports photographer at News 4. I watched Cameron play 5-year-old, 6-year-old soccer. And now he is on his way to kicking footballs at the next level. Been offered by Hardin Simmons. It's fun to watch these kids grow up all the way through.
It is, and what a thrill. I mean, you just no sooner get the pictures of the two fellas growing up together, and then they connect in an all-star game. I mean, you know, these guys are having these moments together that are going to literally bond them for the rest of their lives. It's just astounding that this keeps happening over and over to these two guys.
So Team Gold makes it 41-26, the extra point coming. And that's good. And I don't know if Matt Roy can get to the other side of the field. Maybe we get some Coach David Signs play calls for Team Gold the next time they have the football. Team Black will have it next. I'm sure we'll see some more of Sean Ramos. There's Cameron Van Proyen, all-district kicker and punter for Churchill, all-district in soccer as well. He's been offered by Hardin Simmons. He's really performed well in those kicking camps. And you see there on the front of his helmet, LLJP, live like Josh Pollard. I love the fact that Ron Harris and the Churchill coaching staff continue to honor the legacy of Josh Pollard, who we lost a few years ago now, of the Chargers.
Yeah, that is a nice touch. And that young man and his family, the family still means a lot to a lot of people. They're good people, and the young man meant a lot to a lot of people too.
TJ Andrews back to receive the kick from Cameron Van Proyen. He's put his last two into the end zone. Having a good day here in the Dome, and I hope I didn't just jinx him. Another good boot will be inside the 5, down to about the 2. Be brought out, and a good tackle in the open field by Team Gold. Smile Cam is up from San Antonio Metropolitan Health District. A lot of fans having a good time. I was really impressed by the crowd size here today, as these folks turning out to support the community. What a great game that it's kind of grown into this over the last few years, where we've seen more and more. I don't know, I guess 25,000 to start the day. Here's Sean Ramos from Pleasanton.
We got...
Ball's out.
Oh, defense making a play. We're going to stand with the offensive coordinator here for as soon as Team Gold goes back on offense, we'll have the play calls just like we did on Team Black.
All right, stand by. Right now, Team Black's got the football. Markel Ford lost it, but got it back.
Team Gold playing some good defense now. They're trying to make a comeback here, guys.
They got their work cut out for them. Inside handoff again. Ford's got it, and a good tackle there by Team Gold.
Alfredo Romero from Kennedy High School, 6 feet, 210, and getting it done. Nice job, Alfredo.
He's got some small college offers as well to play football at the next level. Sets up 3rd and 9.
They were going freeze again, guys. We've heard that a lot.
And the DuBose brothers back in here on this series. Aaron lined up in the slot. Ashton looks his way now, looks to the other side, now fires over the middle, and it's caught, and it's Aaron, and he knew exactly where he was going to be, and that'll move the sticks.
He's just so heady back there playing quarterback. I mean, he had a shot deep if he wanted it. Would have been a little bit more risky, but even his underneath throws are big, huge chunkers.
Now he's scrambling, just poised, finds the open man over the middle at the 50-yard line, and his teammate from Brennan Avron Carter.
We talked about this, Don, when we were calling games when Ashton was a sophomore. I mean, his ability to be patient and see the field is just, it really is second to none. I mean, right there, he's looking down the right sideline, clearing more space for the receiver over the middle, and he just makes it look so easy and so effortless. He's played a lot of football games.
That is the end of the 3rd quarter with Team Black leading 41-27. Team Gold getting back in it. We're coming back with 4th quarter action straight ahead. Welcome back. Time for our Whataburger player profile. David De Hoyos from Smithson Valley. His Whataburger favorite, the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich. Never had that one. They advertise a lot. Looks good. Put that one on Texas Toast, I think.
Yeah, so we may have to buy him one after the ball game with the day that he's had. Had a pick and then had another one. Unfortunately, was taken away because of a penalty. But young man's made a nice accounting for himself today, and I don't think anybody's surprised by that.
2nd down and 7. Ramos handing off inside. What's your go-to Whataburger meal?
You know, the older I get,
I know what it is.
It's the kids' meal. Yeah, that works perfect for me. It's just enough. You know, I'm the guy that's eating salads, Don, 5 nights a week.
Cottage cheese.
My stomach is all shrunk up.
Here's Ramos again. Going down the sideline, flag down. That's coming back.
Offside. Defense, number 52. 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
And making sure that thing didn't go to the house on the back end, knowing that it was going to be a free play.
If you're a salad guy, that apple cranberry grilled chicken salad there at Whataburger is pretty good.
It's solid. So is their garden chicken salad. Outstanding with the balsamic. Had that?
Can you tell it's dinner time? Can you tell it's dinner time and we're hungry?
Yes.
Inside little counter goes for about 3, and a big physical tackle there by Team Gold. 52 making a play, and that's Alex Garza from Steele.
We had some good football players run through there. playing this game too, huh?
We were just talking about the most dominant performance we've ever seen in this game was Justin Stockton from Steele. He was an absolute man among boys in this All-Star game.
Wasn't that the case? We've had some single game performances in this one that really, come to mind for me. I mean, Trayvon Merrick is now a card-carrying member of the Las Vegas Raiders and a very high second-round draft pick. I mean, again, just the way he moved and the plays that he was able to make. And
he won the Jim Thorpe Award
That's right.
as the best defensive back in the country at TCU. Fires out in the flat, and that one almost left it just short. And I think we put Ashton DeBose in that category. This is one of those performances where, it's just obvious who the best player on the field is today. The game just comes so slow to him. He's just fantastic.
Yeah, he really has stood out, and there's a reason why there's 41 points on the board here today for Team Black, and he's accounted for pretty much all of them.
A rare punt for Team Black. Matthew Velasco. Angled that to the side. What a great job. Boy, that's a perfect job by the punting team. 41-27, Team Gold has it. Next.
End zone bingo.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Solve HR.
Welcome back. Matt Roy down with David Sines. What's the call, Matt?
Yeah, Don, we actually have Coach Steven Driffel. He's going to be feeding us the plays here. We got inside zone left. We're going to get a little bit of room here, and then we got something special planned once they get a little bit of room from the end zone.
Is this the QB throwing to the outside, throwing back to the quarterback in the takeoff?
It may or may not be something regarding a flea flicker in a few drives.
Okay.
But we got to get a little room here.
Got to get some more space.
Going, Coach?
It's RPO. You got to run up the middle, or you got the hitch.
You got a run pass option. We're either going to run or there's a hitch on the outside when he looks.
That's not the right decision. Went for about 2 yards. Good play there by Nate Western to snuff it out.
So they're going to try and go quick game here, try and get a first down so we can get a little room from the end zone here. It's going to be about 6 yards. And receivers are going to turn around, and then ball should be out. Quick game.
Everybody running a hitch?
Everybody running a hitch.
He put it on him. Short, though. Got nothing to lose, Coach. Go for it. It's fourth down. Nothing to lose here.
Might be a little early there, Don.
I don't know. 41-27. They're going to play conservative.
Punt. It might be a punt.
Fake. Oh, fake it with Van Proyen. He's fast. He's fast.
To the up. So it's going to go right to 27.
Okay, it's a fake punt, y'all. 27 standing right there on the 9-yard line.
Should be there. They're short of a guy, though. They're only 10 on the field. Timeout.
Can't run it now. Can't run it now because now they're going to think you're going to call a fake during the timeout. We'll take it with them. Fun stuff when we come back. So Cameron Van Proyen ready to kick this one away, except he's not. It's going to be a fake, but we can't say it loud because the coaches are right next door for Team Black.
Got it.
And he's got enough for the first down.
Kept it on after the timeout there, Don.
Good call. Chris Gertz, you can't go wrong. We saw that kid from Clark during the Gucci Bowl. That's one tough kid.
Yep. Human bowling ball.
Coach Driffel, what we got?
We got two tights. We got a waggle right for us, so it's 7 Bronco waggle right. Get some tight end some love here.
Hey, we love giving the tight end some love. My fellow tight end brethren out there.
So you heard the call, waggle right, tight end. It's Landon Marsh lining up on the left-hand side. He's a threat now.
If we get a first down, we'll get the flea flicker in next. Oh, nice stiff arm.
Goes deep. Oh, good leaping attempt by Marsh. Set up 2nd down and 10. What's called?
All stops again. So it's going to be all hitches, about 6-yard depth, Coach? Best 6-yard depth.
5 wide, 3 to the right, 2 to the left.
Trips right.
Everybody's
90.
running a 6-yard turnaround.
Trips right, 91 is the call. So 3 on the right with the furthest person to the right on the ball.
CJ having a tough time getting it out. Still did a good job of completing it. Knee down, short.
Made something out of nothing there.
That's what they wanted. They wanted about 5 or 6. They got it. That's a nice catch for Dominic Castellanos out of Marion, Texas.
So, guys, it's going to be doubles, which means 2 and 2. It'll be outs from the inside guys, so about 5-yard outs to try and get the first, and then go balls on the outside.
He's going. Stepped out of bounds.
Oh, they want the flag.
Yeah, can't come back in and catch it. What flag do they want?
They wanted that he got pushed out on the right side.
Oh. That'll set up.
Looks like they might be going for it.
4th and 6.
The wheels are turning.
This is a tough place to go for it on your own 20, though, right?
So we got, instead of 6-yard hitches or stops, we got a 10-yard route now. Just turn around again. So it's going to have to develop a little bit more than the typical short game would.
Risky. They want a timeout. They got it. Yep, they got it. We'll take it with them. 4th and 6 on their own 20, and Team Gold going for it.
Team Black enjoying a 41-27 lead here in the 4th quarter. Maddie, what you got for us here on 4th?
All right, guys, we got something fancy coming. So it's going to be a hook and ladder play on the right side. Red Anderson should be coming across. They got a chance. They're going to throw it to the Antonian receiver on the right side, and then Red Anderson is going to come back. He didn't like it. It was covered. They were trying to do the little hook and ladder or hook and lateral, whatever you guys want to call it. But
well, it was a heck of a play by Irving to see that it really wasn't available and just decided to old blood and guts it, tuck it and go.
So they got 9 routes, so go balls on the outside, and then you got a 5-yard out. Should throw the out right here. He likes the go ball.
Well, made difficult when your receiver falls down, but good job by Irving to look to one side and then go back to the other to try to create some room for his receiver there.
Deuce 9. Top screen. They're calling this deuce right 9 tunnel. So it'll be a tunnel screen. You're going to get Tavares coming back towards the ball. Should be a little jailbreak screen here. Should be good for 6 or 7 if it's blocked up right. Man on the out.
There we take a look at David Saenz' Coach Gold coaching staff there. Appreciate those fellas working the extra time this week.
Got it. It's double slants both ways, guys.
Hey, Matt, that was the 11th play of this drive.
11th play, and they've gained 35 yards-ish.
Got an injured Team Black player down. Good to see him get up, though. He's going to limp off.
It's the last thing you want to see in an all-star game is injuries.
Roger that.
Been blessed that this is the first one, which is good to see that it's haven't been more than that.
5:45 left. It's getting to crunch time for Team Gold here with that 4th and 10, right, guys?
Yeah, indeed. You got to really tip your cap to what Team Black is doing on defense. I mean, they're making Team Gold get small chunks while the clock continues to roll.
And if you want to know how much this game means to these guys, I'll tell you after this play.
So we got a smash concept. You're going to get a corner from the inside. Oh, he was wide, Red Anderson wide open. Red Anderson had no one within 10 yards of him, but the pressure on the quarterback got to him. Got him off the route.
Coach Baser was telling me before the game they got a kid out here with a torn knee ligament who wanted to play so bad. His team doctor said, look, you can play this all-star game and be in a lot of pain and get surgery afterwards, or you can sit out of the game and get surgery afterwards. Either way, you're going to get a knee operation, so if you want to play, you can. And he said that the kid didn't practice much because he was in some pain, but he really wanted to play today, and he's going to get some reps.
Yeah, that's one of those things. I mean, if it's torn, it's torn. What are you going to do, tear it a little more? Okay, well, okay. Ball up. I know Red Anderson was disappointed that his quarterback wasn't able to find him there, but, I mean, he was under huge duress.
Evan Watson from Veterans Memorial down there in the coverage. DeBoe's back in for Team Black. Hands it straight up the middle. We got a rugby scrum.
Love it.
That ball's still moving forward.
Now we're going to get some guys coming in at the end.
Jacob Gonzalez from Harlan just willing his way ahead. Some good push up front.
It's just the antithesis, right? You think about the NFL Pro Bowl and what you don't see in that All-Star game as opposed to what you see in this one, and then the All-American Bowl as well. To a lesser degree, the All-American Bowl, but, I mean, these kids are out there trying to show off what they can do to the very end.
Showing you why they're all-stars with their grit and determination.
Hello.
Calf roping. Walker in there making the tackle. Bradley Walker from Antonian. 220 pounds and making his presence known on that play.
Yeah, Don, I think it'll give us a chance, too, to not only look at Bradley Walker's skill set and what he's been able to achieve during his high school career, but, I mean, the bodies that have played in this game. Spencer Burford, right?
Lining up in the NFL, starting right tackle.
Yeah, last I checked, hadn't even given up a sack in his rookie season out of Wagner in UTSA, of course.
Great catch.
We talked about Jack Gibbons. What about Dennis Houston?
Yeah, it was on the Cowboys roster this year.
Josh Reynolds will be playing on News 4 tomorrow night in a game that, when's the last time the Lions played in a meaningful game like that?
He's had a nice career, hadn't he?
Yeah. Antoine Wesley from Steele, the Arizona Cardinals. How can we forget?
Oh, he dominated this game too.
Yep. Marcus Davenport, first-round pick. I mean, that's just in the last half-decade.
DeBose fires. That one's picked. Coming out with it. Down the sideline. Pushed out at the 40, but a great play by your Madison Maverick. Damian Mendoza.
Well, Damian's had a heck of a career at Madison High School. I know Coach Peterson's awfully proud of that young man, and And not only the type of football player he is, but what he's meant to the program. Just a great kid, super athlete. Called his number a lot in the game that we did earlier. Nice play, young man, stepping up and stopping Dubose from sticking another one in.
It's not over just yet. 3:04 to go. Need to strike quickly. Team Black will take a timeout. It's 41-27. KK Brashear's in for Team Gold. Time for another Whataburger player profile. This time, it's Elijah Simons from East Central. He too likes the sweet and spicy bacon burger. I don't know, that's 2 today, Chuck. I may have to try it.
They make those in a kids' meal?
Oh, I'm sure you could probably talk. They'll make them to order anything at Whataburger.
See some of these guys making all kinds of plays, but just some of the names, Don. Anderson, Deho, longtime NFLer out of Smithson Valley. Eric Andrews, Smithson Valley. Hunter Lawrence, Bernie in Texas. T. Lewis, Cedric Griffin, Quincy Butler, Patrick Bailey, Trey Darcelet, a couple of my favorites, Robert Quiroga, Carlisle Holiday, out of Holmes and Roosevelt, respectively. We're just looking up to see what Sea Lyle was doing the other day.
That's
and
right.
Found he's running some major company in San Francisco, using that Notre Dame degree to good use. I mean, just a lot of studs.
Haven't been many bigger
All right, they ran a
kicks
double
made
post.
ever than the one that Hunter Lawrence made for the University of Texas to beat Nebraska in the Big 12 championship game to send them to the national title game against Alabama, where Eric Anders from Smithson Valley, playing for Alabama, made the game-ending sack on Texas to seal it for the Crimson Tide. 2 San Antonio kids from our All-Star game going head-to-head in the national title game back in 2010.
Yeah, I wish we had all day we could highlight or illuminate more of these guys that have come through here and played in this game. The Reggie Riverses, the Keith and Kerry Cashes, the Bruce Collies, Anthony Hutchinson, Alex Van Pelt, Derwin Gray, Indy Kalu, Wayne McGarity, Sammy Morris.
Sammy Morris, the great John J. Mustang. You want to hear a great Bruce Collie story? Bruce Collie played offensive line for the 49ers with Joe Montana, won Super Bowls with Montana. He was inducted into our San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame a couple years ago. So my wife had children in 1994 and 1996. Bruce Colley's wife had children in 1994, 95, 96, 98, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2008. 13 children. She had 13 kids in 16 years. It was amazing, and I had him name all 13 of his kids, and he did it like that. It was amazing. He's running a restaurant in Wimberley, the great Bruce Collie. That's a big man right there.
Yeah, great player. Chris Bordano, one of my favorites.
Southwest High School, SMU.
You know who was a big fan of him? Mike Ditka.
Really?
Loved him some Chris Bordano.
That's right. Yep. That's right. All right, it is time for our Bexar County Sheriff's Office collision of the game. Happened earlier in the first half. Brashears getting drilled by Elder. We couldn't call it right because we couldn't read his number. I didn't know if he was 9, 10, or 18, or 19, but
we better get it right. He might come up here and do us like that.
Pull your shirts down, we can read your number.
That was a heck of a play and an apt collision of the game.
So that'll be set up 3rd down and 10 for the Gold. Maybe their last shot here. Last 2 plays here. Think they practiced the onside kick in special teams this week in 1 week. Shears scrambling. Runner's going backwards, then goes forward. Just, they're going to give it to him. Nice hustle. That's Darian Holmes. Also can't figure out why this young man doesn't have big Division I offers. He's got great size, put up huge numbers at Warren High School. And he's pretty fast for a guy his size as well.
Got the flea flicker coming up, guys.
All right, a little flea flicker here on 1st down. Good place for it. Oh, the pitch back was hung up in the air a little bit. Got him open. Oh, what a catch! That's Darian Holmes. I just told you he should have more Division I offers. I think he knocked the wind out of himself on the landing.
Wow, just a great play all around. You're right, Don. I mean, ball hung up there a little bit. KK had to find the ears, find the laces, and then dropped a dime on that ball. Equally as impressive throw.
How about the catch going over the wrong shoulder and being blind as they try to run it in here? It's short, down to the 1. Got to score, got an onside kick and get it back.
Don, they did practice the onside kick. Confirmed. Van Pruyen is ready.
How do you identify that ball looking back over your head?
Got to be good. Got to be an all-star.
Man.
Tell you what, there are some internal battles going on in the trenches here today, though. Cameron Beal Jr. from Medina Valley High, mixing it up with some fellas there on Team Black. Another look at that play. Looks pretty every time we look at it.
PM Group recognizes the largest advertising agency in San Antonio, South Texas. Offers advertising, digital art, video production, PR.
1:44 to go.
Call the PM Group. Visit ppmgrp.com to learn more.
Cam Van Proyen ready for the onside kick if they can punch it in here. It's KK Brashear's numbers on the day, 14 of 20, 210 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's been good. You know, a lot of that's running around trying to make something happen when the heat's on.
Those little slant. I'd run a little quarterback draw here. Going back to Cook, yeah. His teammate from Stevens.
I mean, he had from Central Catholic doing a nice job of defending there. Number 17 for Team Black.
Getting the signal here, 3rd and goal, 2 plays to get it in. 1 timeout left for the Gold. Would pump it, fade to the corner. That should be pass interference. And it is. Field judge going to call it, which means it's an automatic 1st down. That's the best news for Team Gold, not the yardage.
Pass interference, defense, number 19. The ball was snapped at the 1-yard line, so the ball will be placed half the distance of the goal, automatic 1st down.
Team Gold looking to punch it in here. I guess with 1 timeout, it's not being at 1st down, Chuck. I would throw the ball a couple of times so you don't run too much clock with 1 timeout. But what do I know? Touchdown right up the middle on the handoff to Shaston Golden from Davenport. I think he's got a little celebration set up, it looked like.
Yeah, we're here for that too. It's a nice drive by Team Gold, pulling out all the stops on that drive. So they'll make this a little more interesting here as we wind down the clock.
they'll bring in Ethan Ball, left footer, for the extra point. That's good, and it's onside kick time for Cameron Van Proyen of Churchill and the Gold Special Teams. Meanwhile, it's time for our Atlas Floors Carpet One play of the game, and we've had a lot of fun plays, but Chuck, this might be the best, right? Carson Green going up over the top.
Yeah, I got it in our top 5. It was pretty fantastic.
Step on a shoulder pad.
Whatever it takes. Whee!
Great effort by the gold team to come back, never say die. This is a game that was out of hand a couple of times. It looked like we were going to be in line for that All-American blowout that we saw earlier today here, but no, the gold team fighting till the very end.
Boy, was that some kind of performance by Team East? Holy cow. They not only had big guys, but
so Don, Chuck, they just told me from the whole week of practice, they probably ran an onside kick 2 times. They practiced this twice all week.
Hey,
we'll see how it goes.
It's the luck of the bounce, right? It's that $999 million Mega Millions luck. Oh, good hop. But good hands, too.
Boy, you couldn't have placed that any better as an onside kick. Yeah, it's not only you practice the onside kick, but to receive the onside kick too, because a lot of times you'll see guys come up and just make sure they're blocking guys and allow only one guy to field the kick. There was no contact.
Team Black will close it out. And I'm headed down for the post-game show.
Chuck, I'm going to just say you did a great job selecting half of these players like you do.
Oh, Matt, you cannot lay all that at my doorstep, but man, I appreciate the kind words, my brother. That was a team effort. It first of all starts with the entire staff at San Antonio Sports. David Castro in particular. I mean, every year this gets more tight, and I just can't say enough about the help that he put forth this year, and you know, the selection time spent, there was less of it because of how well oiled he had the entire process. But you know, it's Jason Minix from ESPN 1250 Radio. It's David Hinojosa from the San Antonio Express News. Coach Hemp, Daryl Hemphill, played in the NFL himself. Of course, former head coach and athletic director here in town.
Coach
Carl
Padilla too, right? Yeah.
Yep, Carl Padilla from the Padilla Poll. Longtime coach and administrator Jerry Comalander. Doug Connery from Texas Long Snapping. Brandon Holland, of course, from Rivals. And, you know, there's a lot of other people chipping in, you know, Jack Green, you, Maddie, Don, of course, Chris Kotvis.
Chris Kotvis is the MVP.
Right, well, he's the MVP of this broadcast. And
every TNL broadcast, every broadcast we have, Chris Kotvis is the MVP.
Mark Kusenberger, I mean, the list is a very long one. I mean, this is not an easy process because there's so many talented, so many worthy players that have earned the right to be here.
How hard is that to narrow them down, Chuck?
It's significant because, you know, every year, you know, some years you may have more quarterbacks, some years you may have more running backs, but not enough offensive linemen. So, you know, sometimes it's really, really hard to pare it down and then get these coaches exactly what they need for game day. But I can tell you this, Matt, there is no shortage of talent and people to pick from in this region to get to come out and suit up and play in this football game. We had another good one here today. Black 41, Team Gold 34. We'll have our trophy presentations coming up here very shortly.
Today's broadcast of the 2023 San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game is presented by HEB and sponsored by the U.S. Army, Whataburger, Frost, Methodist Healthcare, and Sierra Auto Group, Thomas J. Henry, Valero, the PM Group, Navy Federal Credit Union, Academy Sports and Outdoors, Powerade, Crisis, Taco Cabana, The Gomez Law Firm, Vulcan Materials Company, Centro Med, Cowboys AC, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, Christus Santa Rosa Sports Medicine, Red McCombs Toyota, Air and Plumbing Today, Solve HR, Atlas Floors Carpet One, and San Antonio Metropolitan Health District. Welcome to the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by HEB Postgame Show.
Welcome back to our San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB Postgame Show. Everybody have a good time today. Hey, how about giving it up for Team Gold for the great effort and the comeback? And how about for your winners today, Team Black? Also, we'd like to give a very special thanks to Jenny Carnes and the staff at San Antonio Sports for putting on this wonderful event, year 45 here in San Antonio for this All-Star Game. Give it up for San Antonio Sports. All right, now it is time for our Whataburger Impact Player of the Game. Did we have some great plays today or what? How about Carson Green going over the top with the hurdle? That was impressive. That was impressive. How about the catch? How about the catch by Darian Holmes late in the game at the 5-yard line, blind over the top? Nice job, young man. But I think it's pretty obvious who our Whataburger Player of the Game is. 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, and by the way, statistically, you can make the argument that he's the greatest high school quarterback that has ever played in our city. More passing yards and touchdowns than Heisman Trophy winner Ty Detmer, who set all those records at Southwest High School. More passing yards and touchdowns than Heisman Trophy winner Johnny Manziel, who had that fantastic All-American career at Kerrville-Tivy. Ladies and gentlemen, your player of the game, Ashton DeBose. Congratulations. Here you go. Ashton, what did it mean to cap off your career here in the Alamo Dome? Couple of touchdown passes to your brother, your twin, after such a great career over at Brenton.
Man, it feels amazing because, I mean, to be a part of this game with, like, all these good athletes and these good athletes behind me, I mean, it feels good because, like, we all put in work, like, the whole 4 years. So, I mean, it feels good to, like, know that it, like paid off, you know?
So you did it with your arm, you also did it with your leg. How was it getting to know some of these guys that you played against for so long, being your teammates this week?
I mean, it was okay. We all brothers at the end of the day. I mean, I don't really take anything serious off the field, so, I mean, at the end of the day, they're still my brothers.
Got to ask you this question. You did not sign early or wait until February. What's next for you, young man?
Hopefully college.
Just waiting for the right school?
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna wait it out.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna make us wait.
Y'all wait.
All right. Ashton DeBose, give it up for him one more time. All right, I want to bring in Coach Baser and Coach Sines. Bring both you guys in. Coach Sines, I'm going to talk to you first. Great program over at Steele High School. What was it like to be able to coach some of these young men you've coached against?
Oh, it was a tremendous honor for our staff to be asked. I mean, when you get the best in San Antonio, there's a reason they were selected and nominated, and it was awesome to get to coach them. They're a reason they're top in their schools, and you could see throughout their, the program and the way that they carried about their business and practice is where they're at. So
no quit in this group. They made it a one-score game.
Oh no, it's in the DNA. That's why they're all-stars, right? They're the leaders of their football team. They're going to fight for 48 minutes, and that's what they did tonight as well.
All right, let's bring in Coach Baser. You would never know it's an all-star game by the way this guy coaches. I haven't even spoken to him yet, and I can guarantee you, even though it's an all-star game, he's not going to have any voice left. Coach, first of all, I know you're very proud of this entire group, but especially your guys from Brennan and Ashton in particular to be the MVP after an unbelievable career where he played all 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say enough about, Ashton and his brother and really the whole black team. I mean, they came together, did a great job. It was great to be with the Brennan guys one more time. When the season ends, it's always abrupt. And it's great to get this opportunity in the Alamo Dome with all these great players and 2 great teams. And then, for him to have a great game and just icing on the cake for his career and special for all our coaches and all our Brennan community.
I tell you, one of the things I was impressed with was the way these young men picked up the concepts all the way down to special teams in just 1 week of practice. I guess it shows that these are why these guys are the all-stars. They're not just great players, they're smart students, and they're hand-selected by their coaches.
Yeah, and I can't give it up enough for all their high school coaches coaching them up. When they got together, it came out, it was obvious these guys have been coached well. They understand the game, and then we try to have a really simple system, to make it easiest to learn. But, man, the first day they were knocking each other out, and we're like, hey, guys, y'all got to chill a little bit. But they did a great job, and again, hats off to all the high school coaches around the area and city. Hats off to Coach Sines and his staff. And again, we're just happy to steal a victory here in this game.
It's one of our great traditions on TNL. If you watch it every week during the season, the presentation of the trophy. So Jenny Carnes, Steve Baser, Team Black. Chuck, we'll send it back to you up in the booth.
Don, well done, and well done both of these teams here today, but it's Team Black that gets to hoist the hardware. We're back from the Dome right after this.
You're watching the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game, presented by AGB. You're watching the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game, presented by HEB.
What a ball game today between Team Black and Team Gold. 41-34, Team Black able to hold on to secure the victory. Let's take a look at our Air Today highlights. Joined by Maddie Roy now in the booth. And Maddie, what a great ball game this turned out to be after all, with a lot of great plays. And KK Brashears having a great day. He was 14-21, 210 and 3 scores, getting some plays from the outside from some of his buddies, but by and large, it was the Ashton DuBose show.
This whole year's been the Ashton DuBose show, really. The Brennan making it to the 4th round of the playoffs, great catch there by Team Gold. I mean, on the sidelines, they were having a lot of fun. You saw in the first quarter after Aaron and Ashton scored their first touchdown, they were just like, we planned that out last night. We were going to come out, we were going to ball out, and that's what they did. You saw how much fun Team Black was having with their celebrations. Here's the flea flicker that I called, by the way, I'm just saying. Down on the sidelines, I asked for this play, so you're welcome, Team Gold. But overall, just a great experience for all these kids, for us up here in the booth, on the field, and all the coaches. It was just a great day overall for high school football, Joe.
Yeah, we saw some physicality. We saw some great individual efforts. 2 teams teeing it up, really playing like there was a lot on the line today. And some of these guys are going to get their college offers based on what they were able to do here today to kind of seal their resumes as high school players.
There was a lot on the line for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Especially for Ashton DuBose, for a lot of other guys. I mean, this game is going to is their last game until they suit up somewhere else, if they suit up somewhere else. So this is going to be the lasting impression of them in their high school careers going on to the next level.
Coach Bazer's Team Black wins by a touchdown. The 2023 version of the San Antonio Sports High School All-Star Game is in the books. We want to thank our very own Chris Cockvis, B. Watts, and Mark Kusenberger for all they did here today, and a cast of hundreds. Appreciate everybody tuning in today here on the CW, and we will see you next season here on KCWX.